everyone, Roger Pogo. Alright, gonna do a quick little tutorial, I guess, almost on this. We've got the screen amplified to 150% of its size. Alright, and we'll go through, can't really go through and show you how to set up the emulator, but once you get it going, here's the settings you're gonna need to worry about, the things that are going on here. File is where you're gonna start the game. You're gonna do that with open, okay? And the games that you're going to be playing are either going to be TAP or TZK files, all right, because you're playing off of cassette tapes, like Deco cassette, but it loads much, much faster. Edit, copy. I have no idea what this does, but you just don't really need to do that. You don't need to worry about it. View, toolbar, status bar. I suppose that's up to you whether you want a toolbar or a status bar. I prefer to have them. I thought I preferred to have them, but why the hell do I need a toolbar? We might change that. All right. And cassette recorder. This is an important deal because you could play games on the Specky with either cassettes or actual cards, but we're playing off of cassettes for the emulation. That's just how it is, and that's how it's supposed to be. And this is actually going to show you the data being output by the cassette recorder as it does its work. Kind of neat, really. All right, microdrive ZX printer 3. These you can enable in a minute in the tools, but we don't have them enabled. Okay, mimic TV screen. That's just your personal preference, I guess. Black and white TV, border, small, medium, large. Those aren't really relevant to anything. The full screen, zoom, 100, 200. I've resized my app. Now it was at zoom 200% by default, but I don't think it's a problem changing the size of the app. All right, control switch model. This is kind of important and interesting. Choose a spectrum to emulate. 16K ZX spectrum, 48K ZX spectrum, the 128 ZX spectrum, gray case, black case, Pentium 128. But the main relevance here is the 128 and the 48K. There are some games that run on the 128 that won't run on the 48. But I would have to assume that if you got to do it, you got to do it. It's okay to use anything. I think Bartak mentions that everything, all these are kind of okay because it's all essentially the same thing. And when you click OK on switch model, it does a little reset there. So it's going to automatically do this next part for you. You've got reset and pause. And then speed. Okay, speed is normal. All right, you want to leave that way. Video clip on. This is to record games, but you're just not going to use that. Just glance pass through it, action replay. I don't know what that is, to be honest. Probably another recorder. And mute sound. Mute sound if you want. All right, tool. Load from audio source. And that is, I guess, to load from cassette. I don't know about that. I have to ask Bartek about that, but I don't think that actually matters. Multi-face disabled. It's default off, and multi-face disabled. That's default. Poke memory. I don't know why you'd want to poke the memory, but don't poke the memory. Just close it. Okay, cheat options. There you go, and it's not going to have anything there by default, so you're good to go. Okay, here's the long one. This takes a while. Okay, your Z80 CPU speed, 3.5 megahertz by default. These are where you turn on those other things that were blank in control. Okay, and then also, I think this is a duplicate button here, but you can change to the different ZX spectrums right there as well. Okay, and then you've got communication ports. All right, just don't mess with that. You don't need it for emulation. Keyboard, don't mess with. Maybe this is why my X Arcade only works on one side or on the right side. If you're playing this with an X Arcade, for me at least, both of my X Arcades only seem to want to program on the right side. Maybe that would actually fix that. So I might mess with that after a while. Spectrum plus 3, auto boot disks, fast disk access. Those are the defaults for this. Okay, I go up this way to advanced next. That's the middle row. All right, and these are all defaults. I'm going to leave these guys alone. I haven't even read these. I just left them at default. All right. Cassette recorder, enable auto loading, autoplay stop, generate loading noise, stop it in the tape, enable fast loading, flash loading, edge detection. All those are on. Boost loading noise volume, that's off. Save state loading. Save a link to the current audio cassette file, embed the current audio cassette file. I don't think any of that's necessary, but that's what's default from there. And multiface 1, multiface 28. Don't really know what that means either, but 128 is the default. So, okay. And then we have mouse. None AMX mouse comes with the mouse. I probably need to turn that on. I don't know. I'll learn a little bit more about the system. Sound, I've left that on mono, but I'll probably switch that to stereo if it's okay. I'll need to ask questions. I'm doing a tutorial and I have questions to ask. Ha! Alright, so I don't know what's really going on with the sound stuff. ZX interface, number of drives, 1, that's default serial port. There we go. And then joystick. Okay, I've got it set to airflow, although I actually use the X Arcade for less submission. It just recognizes that the keyboard's kind of either or thing there, but you have options for a few different joysticks that are the actual joysticks to emulate the. It looks pretty neat. It's a flat joystick, the main joystick that I've seen. Kind of cool. You can map the buttons and all that good stuff. So, but that's it. That's everything from the options. Okay, and that's help. Not really anything there. I haven't messed with these. Just shortcuts to a lot of stuff going on up there. And then you got a file. Open. Find your TAP or your TZK. And you do its thing. So we get to start. And you're going to be using your keyboard. You got to figure out what keys do what. You're going to be using your keyboard even if you are using a control stick that you've got programmed. And sometimes you're going to have to program controls each time when you play a game, for instance. Controls. Define keys. Okay. And for giggles. Let's have a go with the hot dog. Wow. One more go. I'm just playing around here anyway. We're doing this. It's a serious tutorial. Alright. So there we go. I'll get 10 on that eventually. I'm quite sure. And again, over on the right side, that's as it booted up, that's showing you what's going on with the cassette tape information. So, alright, fun little deal. I'll exit. Alright, thanks for watching if you're interested.